What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Chanel Stevens, and I'm back again with another video. And in this video, I'm gonna be going over the best TikTok ad strategy for CPA marketing. This is something I personally use to go from $0 to $1,000 plus per day just with TikTok ads. And literally, I was just like you, a beginner. I didn't know anything about TikTok ads or nothing like that. I had to kind of learn the platform, figure out exactly how to work it to benefit affiliates, because if you can see right here, I have the creative center popped up, and a lot of these products are like e-commerce type ads and stuff like that. But what you can kind of take from this kind of setup is that when you see this content right here, you see that it's mostly centered around people. So most of the ads it's people demonstrating, people showing their face, selfie type videos. Like it's mostly centered around people. It's not a lot of ads where it's just like a shown product or something like that. So your ad, even if it is an affiliate ad, your ad can still fit in perfectly, because all you have to do is just kind of center it around a person. And add something like this where they're screen sharing, stitching herself inside of the TikTok and stuff like that. And for people who may not have everything figured out with TikTok ads and understand how to create these ads, I suggest using something like Upwork. You can come here, you can literally type in UGC. And once you type in UGC, I'm going to just give you the tips that I like to use when using Upwork, because I feel like I'm able to find some very, very good creators, because you need to invest into the content on TikTok. Now, a lot of people like to do content themselves, and they say, oh, I don't need to pay a creator. I'll just create an ad myself. And it's like, invest in somebody else creating the content. Now, when it comes to choosing a freelancer off Upwork, what I like to do is I like to basically come here and get people who speak fluent English only. So if they speak fluent English, then I'll most likely work with them. I don't want nobody like really with a strong accent and stuff like that. I don't really like ads like that, and most of the time those ads don't do well. Get somebody who speaks native English if the offer is English. Now if your offer is in another language or for another country, then of course adjust appropriately. All right, the next thing I like to do is I like to come here to job success, and I like to go to 90% or more. So I don't like people with like 80% job success. Like that means they have unhappy customers. Of course 100 is the best, but at the end of the day, you have people that's $50 an hour, $80 an hour, $15 an hour. So picking the perfect content creator for your offer or whatever is going to really be up to kind of your budget. You may be the type of person where you only have $500 to $1,000. You need to keep costs low. You might have to go with somebody like Carnell just because your budget is lower. But as you can see, Gabriella, she made 50, she wants $50 an hour. Or somebody like Barbara, who's $80 an hour. Or somebody who like Allison, who's $150 an hour, but you can actually have a consultation with them and be able to talk to them one-on-one. And another thing I like to do, because honestly I seen she was Hungarian, I'm gonna just go ahead and show, I like to do a lot of US only, just to like make sure like everybody is like from the United States. Consultations are beneficial because you'll be able to talk to them like through a Zoom call, kind of explain what you want first before just hiring them, because what can happen is all the messaging back and forth, and it's like you can get kind of like lost in translation. Like you may want something, but they might understand it different. So being able to get on that consultation call is basically how you're able to break down the type of content you're looking for, actually make sure that they understand they're going to do it exactly how you want and stuff like that. So that's beneficial to work with people that offer consultations. But these are just some of the little tips I have. Now, once you found a good UGC and you've actually invested in your content, I say invest in at least 2 to 3 TikTok videos from 15-30 seconds all the way to probably like no longer than 1 minute. I wouldn't go longer than 1 minute when it comes to the ads. That's just something personally I do. I don't go longer than a minute. Make this as professional and run this as a professional. Another thing when it comes to running this like a professional is your tracking software. Okay, make sure you have tracking software in place before you start your ads. A lot of people like to skip this step because tracking software, once again, this is not free, but a lot of people people want to run CPA marketing like a hobby, and that's why they're searching free traffic. And if you want all these little hobbies and you want to make a couple $100 and get lucky, make a couple $1,000, okay, that's you. But if you're the type of person where you want this to be a lifestyle, you want to be able to pay your bills with this money, live a lifestyle like you see me living, you're gonna have to invest in certain tools such as volume, right? Let me just show you a little bit on volume of what you're getting. You're pretty much getting report categories. So all these categories you'll be able to track. So every time you get a conversion, you'll be able to know, all right, what country they're from, what kind of connection they had, what kind of device were they on, what kind of operating system, the browser. You can be able to split test so effectively and be able to scale so effectively with all this type of data. So not only will you be able to see the clicks, which that's all TikTok is going to really give you, is just the click information, but you don't just need click information. When it comes to CPA marketing, you need conversion information, right? You need to know where your conversions are coming from. And if you're not using something like volume, you're not going to have that data. You're not going to be able to scale effectively. You're not going to be able to be a 6-figure affiliate. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not doing 6-figure affiliate things. Most 6-figure affiliates, they use some type of software. They're tracking their data. They're running reports to see the stats, to see their data. And if you're not doing that on a day-to-day basis, are you even a serious affiliate? And when it comes to volume, it literally integrates right with TikTok. You literally got an integration manager. You select your TikTok campaign, select your volume campaign, you add as a match, and it literally pulls all your data straight from your TikTok ads manager straight into volume. So you're able to track effectively. They also have guides and stuff to help you set it up. Now I'm just giving you kind of the beginning steps of the ad strategy, because this is all the stuff you're going to need in place. Because if you're just like, oh, well, I just thought, I just get somebody to say something on TikTok and just start running like it. No, that's not how professionals do it. You're going to just be running blindly. I'm basically trying to give you guys everything you're going to need ahead of time, so that when you do start your traffic and you do start spending money on ads, you're not wasting any money. Like, it's all, you're able to put that, is basically testing strategically. You're putting budget out there, but it's like an investment. Like, you're getting all the data back, investing in the data, and you're getting all this data back. And from there, scale what's working, right? And that's what this is going to do. So this is going to be very important for your ad strategy, is copying this pixel, putting it on your landing page. This is just ClickFunnels. I just want to show you how simple it is to put this on your landing page on ClickFunnels. You literally just copy that into the header quote, boom, and you have it. All right. And that's what you're going to need to do. So once you have your tracking in place, your pixel code is on your landing page, you're ready to start running your actual TikTok ads. Okay. You're set up like a professional. You have, you invested in your ads, you invested in the way you're going to be getting your data and your stats. So now you're ready to spend money. All right. So this is kind of critical too, your testing process. So I want to go ahead and break this down on how I test out my ads. Okay. Right here, I have a little brainstorm up of how I test my ads. Now, this is video views as the objective, right? And what this objective does for my ads is it builds plays, likes, comments, shares, and views. So on TikTok, people can like, comment, share, and they count the views, right? So what you want to do is you want to start building that social proof on your ad, right? Because your ad may have no likes, no comments, no shares, no nothing. And you're trying to get people to click on it, but people aren't going to click on it if it has no social proof. It kind of looks like, what is this? Like, people don't want to be the first to like something, stuff like that. But I mean, you have to invest. That's why I say don't go straight for, you have no views, no clicks, no likes, and you going straight for conversion ads, especially if this is like a new audience. Now, if a video works for sure, of course, I'm going to go into, scaling. And once you know which video is good and working with the audience, how to proceed with that. But first things first, we want to build, some social proof around our ads through video view objective. And right here, I only have audience 1 in each of these boxes. But what I like to do is I like to test out 2 to 3 different audiences. And the reason why I like to test out 2 to 3 is just to give variety to split test, because this audience with this ad, it may not work, but audience 2 with this ad, it may work. Or audience 2 may not work, but if you have a third audience 3 may work with this ad. So you kind of see where I'm going with this. Even though I only have audience 1 and everything, this is like the initial test. But just think of this as one Like this is an asset, this is an asset, this as an asset, audience 2, asset, assets. That's like 9 assets, right? Because you're pretty much split testing 9 different things. So that's just how I do, because I'm a full scale affiliate. But how you'll test these out is according to your budget. You can only test out 2 different ads, 2 different audiences. So that'll be audience 1 would add 1, audience 1 would add 2, audience 2 would add 1, audience 2 would add 6. So that's only 4 assets versus I'm coming out the gate testing 9, right? But the more you test, the better chance you can find a winner. And you know what I'm saying? Even if these 2 don't work, I wouldn't give up. Like, you still could push out another ad, try that with those audience you already tested and another audience. So this is kind of like my testing process. And from here, I'm able to find which ad is bringing me, the best engagement, bringing me the most clicks to my landing page. And that's the ad that I choose as the winner. And that's the one that I kind of run up and send to scale. A lot of people want CPA marketing to be like this 1, 2, 3 type thing. But when they see all this, they get discouraged because yes, this stuff takes time. But at the end of the day, this is how you get to the $1,000 per day mark. Literally, this is my process. You testing out many different ads, then all those split tests is going to lead you to a winner. And from there, all you have to do is get to scale. All right. So scaling. So scaling is pretty much what you do after you have a winning ad, right? Now you're ready for scaling. So you have a winning audience, you have a winning ad. And let's just say this is the winning ad right here. So let's just say you have your winning ad, right? So now you're ready to scale. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to make sure that you're changing your objective. So the first objective I gave you guys was video views. But when it comes to scaling, this is when I like to launch my conversion ads for TikTok. And this is where the pixel you put on your landing page is critical, right? Because what we want to optimize under this conversion for is click buttons. This is what I optimize for, guys. And it works perfect. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. I optimize for button clicks on my landing page. So every time somebody clicks the button on my landing page and goes over to the offer, I want TikTok to understand that I want more of those people. I want more of the people that are going to go over to my offer, correct? So that's why I optimize for click buttons. Now, another reason why you did your pixel is so you can build your lookalike audiences, right? This is what we're ultimately trying to get to in TikTok. This is your full scale over here. So you're trying to take this winning ad that you created here, and you should have a winning audience with it, whereas, it's generating you good CTR. So you can keep that winning audience here. So you can say audience 1. So let's just say audience 1. And that can be like your winning audience. So you would launch more ad groups. Sorry, I suck with this little pen thing. So you would launch more ad groups, right? But it would be under a new objective, conversion for click buttons, right? You'll set that up. So you'll have your winning audience. You'll test out another audience. So you'll test out another audience that you haven't tried before. And you're testing out maybe 3 to 5 different more audiences with the winning ad. Now that you know that ad is good and it's a winner, you want to launch more audience to it, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to build your lookalike audience. So you need more people going to that ad. You need more people going, to your landing page. And what better way than just send more and more people, test out more audience. That's the way I found that works the best. Also, what I would do is I would come here and I would create 2 to 3 more ads, right, that are similar, very, very similar. So I'm gonna put that here, similar. So 2 to 3 ads that are very similar to your winning ad, right? The same type of copy. It might be the same script, just a different UGC. So you might be using like one script, right? But you might get 2 to 3 more UGCs to basically say that same exact script. Now that you know the copy is good, now you know what type of words, you kind of know the setup, you have them do the exact same thing, but except you scale it by having a different person say it or a different person stitch it, however you do your TikTok ad, right? And that's the way I seen work best. And from there, you can have even more things to test. I know I'm still saying test because even in scaling, you're still sort of kind of testing, but now you're testing to get to the next level, testing to get more clicks, more data. Because at first we were just kind of testing to kind of see what was working. Now we know it's working. It's like, all right, now we're trying to get as much money as possible, as much people clicking on our landing page, going to the offer, filling out the offer and stuff like that. And this is how you drive more and more of those people, right? So from just one little ad, you can have at least 2 ads that are winning, and you can drive this same winning audience to that ad as well, test out new audiences with that. But ultimately what we're trying to do is get to this lookalike audience over here. Okay, and once we're at this lookalike audience right here, now what you're pretty much looking for in this lookalike audience is to build an audience of people. I think one of the lookalikes is narrow, another one is like balanced, and then you have another one that is broad. So when it comes to these lookalikes, these are pretty much the different levels of lookalikes you can build. So narrow just being like the most similar to the original audience, balance being like kind of similar, and broad. So if you're familiar with like Facebook ads, this would be like your 1%. This would be like your 1 to 2%. Let me add that percent so you understand what I'm saying. And this would be like your 2% audience right here, right? So of course 2%, they call it broad because that's kind of broad. It's kind of, you know, getting out there. They're not very, very similar to the original audience, but what you're trying to build is, you know, this narrow should be really, you know, your lowest CPC. So CPC with this audience should go down. It should be a high click-through rate, everything like that. Let me actually move this up for you guys so you can like really see. Okay. All right. So what you're really trying to do is use these audiences to build this audience. And once you have these audiences built, that's pretty much full scale. Because what you'll be doing is you'll be launching, let me change the color of this. You'll be launching your winning ad, right? But instead of doing audience 1, audience 2, audience 3, you will launch your winning ad with your narrow, your balance, and your broad, right? And this is what you're ultimately trying to get to. This is your full scale right here. This is when you can just, it's just a matter of budget at this point, right? At this point, you know, you keeping all these $20 a day, $30 a day for you. You just trying to get data, build up these audience. And once you get to this audience, this is full scale. Now it's just a matter of budget. Now you can put this on $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day. And depending on your ROI, that's how you get to $1,000 per day, right? This is my whole process, A to Z, on how to make money with TikTok ads, from testing, how I test, how I get to the scale, what I'm looking for in scale, what I'm trying to do, what my ultimate goal in scaling is, so you can kind of understand like an overview of what it all takes. Of course, this is just brainstorms and maps and, you know, details. But at the end of the day, you got to go out there. You got to put all this stuff together. So if anything trips you up and you don't understand, like, my private coaching is open. You can reach out to me. I can break it down further for you, or we can go through it specifically with the actual campaign that you're actually running. Go out there, take action, follow the steps. Yes, this will take time to do. This is not no overnight success. No, you cannot go $0 to $1,000 overnight with TikTok ads. It is a process, but once you get through the process, it's pretty much free reign from there. You're just making money and, you know, living life as you see me doing to this day. So that's all I got for this video, guys. If you like this video, make sure that you hit the button down below. You also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Drop me a comment. Let me know you actually enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.